Hello, how are you today? I am speaking on behalf of transgenders and actually everyone. It's really just a human right and dignity that people should have if they choose to be in the military, as long as they can pass the test and are physically equipped to handle what any other normal veteran can do. I think it's a disgrace for our country to tell them to leave or get out and definitely not accept any new transgender. It's a tricky slope. You all in America said, "Hey, we can get married," but now you want to backtrack on some of the constitutional rights that uh, transgenders have to have in order to be protected under the Constitution. I mean, no one should be fired just because of who they love. That's ridiculous. And for them to say, get out of our country, when these are the very people who have made it so that you can sleep at night safely in your homes and not have to worry about everything that's going on in the world, is a disgrace. I mean, frankly, you know, I think all of the LGBT community, minority communities, this is a total civil rights violation. Who's next? Who's next to get kicked out because Trump or Pence or GOP party doesn't like it? Is it a medical reason? Because that's what they tried to give us. But if that's the case, veterans better get ready, because that means if it's medical they're trying to save, the Viagra bill is very, very high. So that means they'd be coming after that next. So I don't think that's it. I think it's just discrimination, and they don't care. They don't care. They just want people out. And it's really sad that we can't teach our generation that just because you're different doesn't make you less beautiful, doesn't make you inhuman. You can still keep your values and your rights to teach your children what you want, and just learn how to teach your children, though, to respect all people. I think that's a common knowledge thing that people should do under every circumstance. There should never be a time when you're not teaching your children anything positive and how to respond to people with violence. And unfortunately, a lot of Trump's base, not everyone, I would not say every single person because that would be a stereotype, but some of the Trump base that he's picked up, the extremist base, have done hate crimes and are continually doing hate crimes against the African American community and LGBTQ community, and definitely transgender community. We need to stand up as one and unite. And someone posted on a page of ours that said, what would you think if Islam and Muslims and LGBTQ stood together with a Mormon community to fight for protection of their civil rights? And I said, hey, I never judge people on what their religious beliefs are. You have every right to believe whatever you want to believe. This is America. This is the home of the free, supposed to be, right? So why would I care? I mean, of course I would stand side by side for your rights. I don't care who you are. I'm going to stand side by side for your rights. Absolutely. You're not breaking the law. You have a religious choice. That's your choice. And in America, we're afforded that freedom to have a religious choice. I mean, we all know that he's trying to move towards one choice, which is Christianity, which a lot of people are Christians and they do believe in that. So it might sound good, but when they get down to it, which Christianity will they go for? Do you have to be evangelical? Can you be Baptist? Can you be Methodist? It's going to be a mess. And I think that people are clapping right now, but soon they won't be clapping when their church is not qualified to get grants because they're not of a certain nomination. So, this is going to affect many people, and people need to wake up in society and realize that gender has nothing to do with who you are. You are who you are. You like a person for what they do, who they are, not based upon their sexuality. You don't have to go out to dinner with them. You don't have to invite them over if you don't want to. It's not a disease that you're going to catch. I heard a gentleman say, "Oh, don't touch that sticker, because if you touch it, you might be gay." Like, first off, you don't even know what a gay person looks like, obviously. Not everybody is flamboyant. There are lots of people who work with you that are LGBTQ. And some of them choose to laugh at the jokes that are horrific, and some don't. I mean, unfortunately, there are still people in the closet. We have a lot of youth that came out and their parents dropped them off at the nearest bus stop. Some didn't even do that. They just told them, grab something and get out. And unfortunately, they keep saying, oh, I'm a bad parent if I had a gay child, when it's very much the opposite. You don't become a bad parent till you throw that kid to the streets. And then you have some idiot come and take advantage of them. That's when you become a bad parent. You're not giving that child to their father or their mother or relative. You're giving that child to the street just because of who they are. When you have children, you love them unconditionally. Unconditional means if they mess up, you get them, you dust them off, you put them back on that train, and you give them a little push to go back. You don't just, say, screw you, I hate you forever. That's not how it works. And you're going to regret the day that you threw your children out when you see them come up in a body bag and you have to be the one viewing them, because there are some very cruel people in this world who really look to sex trafficking, to drugs. People do all kinds of things. And then, we have a higher suicide rate for transgender teens or just for LGBTQ teens, because one, they're scared they're going to get thrown out. Two, it's a lot of pressure. These conversion therapies that don't work. We already know that people self-medicate themselves. We know, we've seen it over and over again. So many people have died because of this. It's ridiculous. All I can say is the new generation, there's hope. It brings me great hope because they care less about issues like this. This is a social issue. They care less about issues like this and are more dedicated to real life issues that are going to help the communities, like poverty and equality and, shootings at school. These kids are really focused, and I just can't wait for them to get old enough to be able to vote and do what they need to do, because I know they're going to be our shining star even in after we're gone, because they really have an open mind relationship where they're not just pushing people away from Christianity. They're showing them what they want to do, and they're actually building businesses at a young age. I mean, hooray for the group that are going against the NRA. I mean, whether you believe in it or not, the fact that they're young and they're going to be entrepreneurs and they're starting young at an early age, that's great. I'm down for that, regardless to what I feel, whether I like the bill or not. I mean, I do like, I was raised in a country, so guns wasn't a big deal. We had respect for guns. We were taught about guns. It's not something that you pull out just to threaten somebody. You only pull it out to use it. I mean, and it was more for like hunting. So it's a little different in that case. But I see today, with all the children getting shot and actually the people that shouldn't have guns having guns, it's a little different. So, I mean, I can see some on both sides, but the kind of picture that the NRA is painting is not a very good one. I just wonder, why don't they have people who are everyday citizens represent the NRA? Or I guess the same reason why Trump doesn't even come and talk to LGBTQ people, or for that matter, African American people. People get tired of the same old crazy routine, the Twitter, the this, the that. You know what? We spoke, spoke, Blue won the House. So 2020, all I can do is pray and hope that we take that back so that we can recreate what was considered to be a fair division and equality amongst everyone. No one cared. And to the generals and the top of the veterans, hats off to you, because you guys are wonderful. Regardless to what you feel is right or wrong with Trump, you're going to do your job. And not only did you speak for all troops, but you spoke up for transgender troops. And to me, that says a lot. You guys are wonderful people, and may God bless you all. And I hope and I pray, whether you believe in Allah, whether you believe in a different religion, you're all welcome. I mean, America's supposed to be a welcoming place. So, all right, with that, I'm going to leave because I do have another event to tend to. But I just wanted to say that, like, it's really from my heart. And for all the transgenders who are in the military and you're going through this, you don't have to go through it alone. There are a lot of good people out here that are willing to listen and understand and support you. So don't do it alone. And please, suicide is never the answer. We're going to fight and get the next president to overturn all of this crap that he's done. Okay? Don't give up. We can make a change. Yeah.